After a 6-hour flight from Bangkok, our first ever view of Japan was the city of Osaka, which, to be honest, didn't inspire any great excitement. From the air it looked like any major metropolis, and like most tourists, I wanted to see the old Japan, which is why we chose Kyoto for the first proper stop of our holiday. This is Nankai Station, on the way to Namba, which I'm told is about 45 minutes. Arriving from Namba Terminal, just up those steps, we go to Swiss Hotel down there, just on the right hand side. Here we are at the hotel, 10,000 baht a night. We'd arrived early in the evening, so we just checked into the Swiss Hotel and spent a few hours in the exec lounge so we could be up bright and early for breakfast, then get to the station just next door to the hotel and take the 14-minute train ride to Kyoto. Off to Kyoto today, after a drunken night last night. One thing you notice when you get to Japan is how clean and well organised the train stations are. And even in a packed train, people seem quiet and respectful of others. We're now in Umeda on the Hankyu line, going to take us to Kawabunga. I don't know what it's called, I can't pronounce it. Once we'd arrived in Kyoto, we went to the Royal Hotel, but as the Japanese are sticklers for sticking to the rules, we couldn't check in early. So we left our luggage there, and as it was more convenient and not much more expensive than public transport, we got a cab to one of the places we were really looking forward to seeing. But before that, I just have to say what a far cry from Thai taxi drivers Japanese taxi drivers are. The cabs are like tiny, well-kept little rooms decorated with lace. The drivers are polite, helpful, and they know where they're going, and most importantly they consider a tip to be disrespectful, as do all the Japanese in the hospitality business, but small presents are accepted in most cases. FYI, the weather at the moment is 22 degrees. Lovely. Before we hit Philosophers Walk, we're hoping that this is a place that sells food, because we're starving and you can't think philosophically when you're hungry. It appears we're in tofu country. Everywhere we went to try and get food, it was all tofu this, tofu that. But we managed to get a bento box. Also, you get a big glass of sake. So I can't complain. And you can't say the setting's not pretty. When we arrived at what is now known as the Philosophers Walk, I felt for the first time that I'd arrived at what I imagined Japan would look like, or at least what I wanted it to look like. The Philosophers Walk runs between Ginkaku-ji and Nanzen-ji. It was opened in 1890 and extended again in 1912. The path by the canal is lined with cherry trees, and the walk is a popular destination for tourists and locals, especially during Hanami. It got its name because two 20th century Japanese philosophers and university professors, Nishida Kitaro and Hajime Tanabe, are thought to have used it for daily exercise. It passes a number of temples and shrines, and it takes about 30 minutes to complete. Restaurants, cafes and boutiques can be found along the path, as well as a number of smaller temples and shrines, which are a short walk from the canal. But as you can see, we were more interested in enjoying the cherry blossoms, and we were looking forward to celebrating Hanami. If you don't know what that is, keep watching, I'll show you later.
Yeah, got it.
This is cherry blossom ice cream.
Umai.
Huh?
Umai.
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 Don't know what I mean. But it's made from the leaves and the flowers of the Sakura, or cherry blossom as it's known. It's actually pretty nice. It's quite creamy, but it's not sweet. Fish and chips. Fish. Going up to Inky Ginky Dinky Binky Castle temple thing. This is more like the standard Japanese room we'll be getting, I guess. You know, the first one was our little luxury for the first night. But that's it. You have now seen the whole room. After we'd finally checked into our hotel room, we took a 10-minute walk to Pontocho Street, one of Kyoto's most atmospheric and often expensive dining areas. It's loud, crowded and famously very narrow, but well worth a visit. It's dinner time now, 6 o'clock, so we've chosen this one. And one of the reasons that we've chosen this one is because we can actually read the menu and it looks quite nice. Konnichiwa. So here's dinner. Crispy chicken with eggplant. That's beef wrapped in, what's wrapped in that beef? Udon noodles wrapped in the beef. And that's fried pumpkin, steamed rice and sake. Arigato gozaimasu. We're in search of a real-life Geisha girl. Geisha, known locally as Gaiko or Maiko, have existed in Pontocho since at least the 16th century, as have prostitution and other forms of entertainment. The Gion district originated as an entertainment district in the Sengoku period. It eventually evolved to become one of the most exclusive and well-known geisha districts in the whole of Japan. The geisha in Kyoto don't refer to themselves as geisha, instead using the local term gaiko. While the term geisha means artist or person of the arts, the more direct term gaiko means essentially a woman of art. Nowadays, they're always followed and photographed by the local paparazzi as if they were movie stars. So breakfast in the Kyoto Royal Hotel is a busy affair. It's about 7:15 in the morning. Actually have to queue to get in. Indeed. Breakfast is over there. Check it out.
ああ、じゃあね。